and we support this bill.
Nicky Wagner.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. As we've heard in the House tonight, this bill is about validating the Tasman District Council rates from the period of 2003-04 through to 2008-09. And this is where the Council just didn't follow correct procedure in setting its rates. It also validates the rates and the penalties paid during those periods. And then perhaps the most controversial of all, it ratifies the Tata Beach and Liger Bay stormwater rate. Now, as you've also heard in the House tonight, Parliament and parliamentarians do not like validation bills. We would far rather that councils got it right, that they used correct procedures the first time. But every now and then, just as the member has spoken, Andrew Williams has spoken, every now and then a bit of logic and a bit of common sense demands that we pass a validation bill. Now, these bills always come to the Local Government and Environment Select Committee, and we work really hard to get a good result for ratepayers. And the test that we apply when we're looking at these breaches is, would these rates have been valid if the processes were followed correctly? In other words, is this a technical breach? Maybe they used the wrong words, maybe they didn't consult properly, maybe they left out a map, or maybe there was an incorrect timing. Is this a technical breach rather than something that could not have been valid even if the council had done everything right? And in this case, these rates could have all been levied correctly. The errors were technical, and hence the Local Government and Environment Committee, because it passed the test, supported the bill. But the committee was very sympathetic to the arguments from the ratepayers in the Tata Beach and Liger Bay drainage area. There had been debate around what rating category was correct for the area, why the stormwater levies were necessary when some of the houses along the beach were sitting on free draining sandy soils and didn't get affected by the severe flooding. And there was also debate about whether the levy money would be spent, where the levy money would be spent, and the quality of previously installed drainage work. Now, this had been a long and bitter debate between local ratepayers and the council, and so the committee did encourage them to try and find a negotiated solution outside the bill. We wanted them to see if they could sort this out at a local level. In fact, we had 2 attempts to get some agreement between the parties, but we were unsuccessful. We considered deleting the relevant clause, which was clause 9, but that was outside the scope of this bill. So the committee decided that the time, the efforts and the cost to the council, and so in turn those are the costs to the ratepayers of the Tasman District Council, far outweighed the benefits to a small number of ratepayers. And the philosophy we used when thinking about this was the fact that we all live in communities. We all pay our rates for a suite of services from local government. And individuals and neighbourhoods use more or less of those services. But by sticking together, we get the best outcome for everyone. So although some of those properties of those ratepayers in the Tata Beach and Liger Bay area are less prone to flooding, and they weren't flooded during the last flooding event, the roads that led to that area, the roads that they drive on, the community facilities that they use, and their neighbours' property still need to be protected from stormwater, and everyone needs to contribute to the community solution. We also note that this bill has required a large amount of work and effort and expense for the Tasman District Council. We hope, and we have heard from them, that they have improved their processes, that they will be able to manage their rating decisions more efficiently, And we do expect them to lift their game because we hope that they will never again... Mr Chair.
Nikki Wagner.
Thank you, Mr Chair. We hope that they will never again require further legislation in this House. So, therefore, despite our dislike of validation legislation, the Local Government and Environment Select Committee, after much thought, much debate, supports this legislation. Thank you.
Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Chairman, look, thank you very much, and I'll just take